In business, teamwork is crucial. I'll never forget a few years ago, I'm a lender. I have to work with title companies and realtors to get things done. And insurance companies are several vendors, several people that need to work together to get things done. And we called the title company several times with no response, and we emailed them as well. And we get this auto response that said, due to high volume, we check email once a week on Friday. Well, this was a Monday, y'all. First of all, I almost passed out on the floor. I was like, what do you mean check email once a week? What a luxury. Not even that, not a luxury, but like, what a way to drop the ball. That was a good learning lesson for me. And there's 5 tips that you could even turn that, which I consider that to be the most disastrous situation, that someone that is crucial to getting you to the finish line. It doesn't matter what business you're in, there's crucial steps that can help you dig out of even the most unbelievable situations like that one that I had there. So here's my 5 tips. First off, at the start of every initial transaction, we send an intro email to all parties involved that need to be on the chain. And we also make a phone call that, hey, we sent this email, just in case things go to spam or junk. That's a really good way to start a transaction. Like, here I am, I'm gonna be updating you every week. Here's my information, here's my backup, here's my assistance number, to just start the dialogue. So that's number 1. The second thing is weekly check-ins. So one of my actually secret weapons, I don't even know why it's a secret weapon. It should be what people do all the time, but they don't. We do, is I send weekly status updates. Again, I'm in lending, and so I do weekly status updates to the realtors and the title company every single week. So we're really super uber communicative about what's going on, so people know that we're gonna check in. The third tip is to be in agreement. A lot of people don't want to, or they hesitate to agree because they're like, that means I'm telling somebody that they're right. We got to set the ego aside, y'all. We got to work together, and we have to say, hey, let's be in agreement first. Like, let's say someone's on the other end grumbling and complaining and whatever, right? Like, I need to work with this person to get us to the finish line. Disagreeing with them isn't going to help. I try at all costs to refrain from trying to be right all the time. I say, I hear you, letting them know that I'm there with them. I hear you. Is there anything that I can do to make your day better, to make this easier for you? What can I do? Let's brainstorm. So really opening that communication, being in agreement, meaning really acknowledging to that person that you hear them. I will tell you that it's very challenging when the other person on the other end is not nice. And that leads us to number 4, the 4th success tip. You've got to smile. You've got to remember that you don't know what that person is going through. They could have just gotten some bad news, some medical news. They could have had a family member that's sick. Heaven forbid someone's dying. Like, it never fails that sometimes I'll get grumpy about something, like, this person is ignoring me, this and that, what's going on? And then I hear that something really happened. Maybe they were in an accident. Like, you just don't know what people are going through. Smiling and just saying, you know what? It's probably that their mood has nothing to do with me. And it's really hard. I get it. Like, when you're in that moment, your defenses, and you're like a cat with a scratching claws. You're like, oh my God, I'm so on edge right now. But you really have to refrain, y'all. And it's really important to just smile, acknowledge, I understand, what can I do? I'm here to help, and try to smooth things out. The last thing, the most important, I think, is a can-do attitude. Hey, let's work together. I know that we can get this done. I know that we can come up with a solution to get over this hump and this obstacle that we have. What can we do to work together to make the client happy? Like, we're all there for the client, and we all have stresses in our day, and sometimes, again, we got to put our egos aside. We got to put those things aside and say, hey, what can we do to work together and to collaborate? I hear you. I understand you're having a crap day. I get it. What can I do to take something off your plate? Is there someone I can call? Is there something, usually when you start doing those things and have a can-do, let's get to the finish line attitude, in my experience, me being level-headed and having that attitude has helped us get to the finish line, because getting grumpy and disjumbled doesn't do anybody any good. These are my 5 power tips. Good luck. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your successes. Talk to you soon.